Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 18th, 2014, and today is Thursday. So on the back of a very, very busy day yesterday, looking back at what happened yesterday, FOMC interest rate decision, big number that came out yesterday. It's highly expected that the interest rate wouldn't be raised. The only monetary policy the markets are expecting is either bonds that are going to be issued by the state or bonds that are going to be bought back by the state. So leaving it at a 0.25%, as we see here, wasn't a big surprise, not to anybody. So in essence, things are looking that they're stabilizing. Inflation is somewhat stabilizing. So the FOMC, the Fed Chairman Janet Yellen, has kept the standards the same. So it's more of a discipline, more of a responsible move by the central bank in the United States. But let's see what happens moving forward. Today, just recapping, not any big major numbers. Swiss franc has the interest rate decision coming out at 9:30, which is very soon. South African time in about 40 minutes. So maybe you could keep an eye on that. Looking at how the markets reacted to yesterday's positive news coming out of the States, well, the dollar really rallied. Look at this. It's unbelievable what's happened to the euro over the past 3 months. Some people on the system really booked a lot of money selling into this and keeping these shorts, and there were ample opportunities to really make some major money. And like I said, every time we think we're consolidating, we make a further low. So looking at a daily, we're beyond a year gap. We're almost 2 years ago where we're hitting stuff that was the beginning of or the end of 2013, and we made this big hump, and then we're right back to where we were. So in essence, the euro is still very weak. Okay, there is a little bit of support here, but there's a further support at 2,800, 1.28. We're at 28.80 right now, so there's another 80 pips, between 80 to, I would say, 90 pip support on the downside. So let's see if we can break further down. If we don't, then maybe we've exhausted some of the selling, and we could expect somewhat of a little bounce for something. But in essence, you could see how weak the Euro USD has been just in general. Looking at the USD Japanese yen, we're above 108. We said once it broke the 105 level, which was right around here, if we look at a daily, the 105 level right around here, we broke up even further. So this is 350 pips that we could have taken on the breakout side, which we said you had to keep an eye on to really maximize. So lots of opportunities, like I said, in the markets. Looking in the GBP Japanese yen, also big move this week. Looking at a 2-hour chart, big rally for the GBP. Okay, so the GBP is relatively weak against the dollar, or at least maintaining its momentum against the dollar. Okay, up only about 20 pips for the week, but all in all, okay, the GBP is strong against the other currencies. So you have to play what's the strongest currency, and at this time you see that the GBP versus the Japanese is very strong. So you could play the GBP versus the Japanese yen, or you could play the USD versus the Japanese yen, and then make a decision as to the GBP versus the USD, how you're going to go. So if we look at the GBP USD, we see that it bounced a little bit. Okay, so it's not, I would say this is the leading indicator before the Euro USD will bounce. Okay, so you have to compare and contrast between the different currencies and see how strong they are. Looking at the USD Swiss franc, also got much stronger. The USD. Let's see what happens today when the Swiss francs make their decision on the rate side. Really breaking out very strong on the upside here, as you can see, and almost hitting a daily high. Okay, so we're right back to where we were in 2013. This is a very similar graph, okay, to what we saw in the Euro USD. Okay, just the inverse relationship, because over there it's the Euro USD, this is the USD Swiss franc. So, because the currencies are flipped here, okay, the USD is the base currency and the Swiss currency is the traded currency, whereas the Euro USD, it's the other way, okay? We see that it's almost an exact formation, just, the flip side. Okay, not as severe as the Euro USD, okay, as you can see here, but still it's the inverse relationship. Looking at the Dow Jones, the Dow really reacted very positively to this. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a major company in China that went public this week called Alibaba, and the market's really reacting very well to it, very positive, showing some confidence in the U.S. markets. And as you can see, we made new highs yesterday. So, we sold off a little bit overnight, but, the Dow is still very, very strong. Looking at the USD-ZAR just quickly, sold off a little bit about 104. We hit a little bit of a top-off area right up here in a 1-hour chart. Looking at an 8-hour chart, this is major resistance here, okay? Major resistance. This was the first time we didn't break up higher and then we went lower. So I would have anticipated this level right here, and I would keep this on my watcher. I wouldn't jump on it very aggressively. It is harder to trade, and you never know when it's really going to take off, but when it's in play, it's really in play. So I would still keep it on my watcher. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.